You think a train will stop if it sees your car? It will a mile after it hits you. They can't stop. You need to. Trains. Brought to you by Trains. So the Green Bay Packers, here's a story. This is funny, man. Things only leak in this business because people want them to leak.
100%.
I mean, you're a reporter. I used to be one. I mean, I still have sources. I'm on the phone this morning making things happen on the old iPhone. By the way, I just talked to an NFL source in the NFC, and he said the teams that didn't get Kirk Cousins are in full panic mode.
Are they?
Oh, God. Just talked to an NFC exec. He's like, for the teams that didn't get Kirk, like the Jets and Arizona, they are freaking out. So Kirk Cousins, this is why he got a lot of money. There was value there, and I think he went to the right spot. But the Packers, a story leaked out yesterday, Sammy Watkins, Jimmy Graham, Allen Robinson, the Packers are eyeing all the... Who wants that story out? Green Bay wants that story out. Because Green Bay is now getting heat because Minnesota's going to upgrade, and we know that Philadelphia is upgrading, and the Rams are making a lot of moves, and the Cowboys are... And Green Bay is not doing anything. And Green Bay's fans are now starting to, last couple months, take shots at the Packers and their unwillingness to spend in free agency. My theory has always been Green Bay needs to overspend in free agency. So does Buffalo. I mean, let's face it, players want to play in Houston, no state tax, warm weather. Players want to play in certain places. Players, you know, a lot of players in this league, Buffalo and Green Bay, are not at the top of their list. Okay, so you have to overpay. And you're never going to get another Aaron Rodgers. So you got to overpay a little bit for a left tackle. You got to overpay a little bit for a Mike linebacker or a corner. That's the reality. Aaron Rodgers is elevating everybody else on offense. You may have to overpay for some of your defensive players. And so we're going to play a game today called Who. Every story that gets leaked for a reason. This is Green Bay telling you, yeah. We're right in on these guys. They were never in on Sammy Watkins. They were never in on Allen Robinson, who went to the Bears. And who wants Jimmy Graham? He's a tight end that no longer catches and has never been able to block. So here we go.
It's America's favorite new game show about misinformation. It's time to play Who Leaked It?
All right, who leaked it? You give me the story, John Goulet, and I'll tell you who leaked it.
Okay, the Packers set to go after Jimmy Graham and other big-name free agents. Your choices are A, the Packers front office, B, Jimmy Graham, or C, Danica Patrick.
The Green Bay Packers and somebody in their front office leaked this story because they want to give you the impression that, hey, we know the Bears are making moves. We know the Vikings are making moves. Hey, fan base, we are going hard after these guys. Stories leak for a reason. There's always a person that benefits from the story. Green Bay benefits from putting names out there as if to say, oh, we just lost out. We open up the pocketbooks for these guys.
Correct. I also would have accepted Jimmy Graham to pretend like people actually wanted him. All right, second one. The Vikings have reached out to Drew Brees' agent. This came out yesterday,
Yeah.
if you think of the timing of it. Was that put out by A, the Vikings, B, Drew Brees, or C, Ragnar, the Vikings' vengeful mascot?
This was actually leaked by the agent of Drew Brees, and here's why. Because Drew Brees, not long ago, said, listen, I want to play for the Saints. Now, the downside to saying that is you lose all your leverage. Okay? So, yesterday, a story comes out, Minnesota very interested in Drew Brees. You know what happened in New Orleans when that story came out? Somebody get Drew's number. Everybody get Drew's number. Somebody call Drew. Back up the Brinks truck. Give Drew whatever he wants. The winner there is B, Drew Brees' side. Puts that story out, and what do you know? An hour later, the Saints sign him to a contract.
Last one. LeBron James is considering signing with the Lakers. Was that put out by A, the Lakers, B, LeBron James, C, Colin Cowherd, or D, all of the above?
Actually, there are a lot of winners here. Okay, the Lakers can get everybody fired up, but I don't think they would put this out because they have young players, and they want their young players to be focused. You could say that I put it out there, but I am obviously a big J journalist that doesn't make stories up. I think this came from LeBron's camp because it forces Dan Gilbert, reboot, be serious, pay big money, I've got options. The winner in this would be LeBron's camp, forcing once again an owner, and LeBron would like to be an owner in this league eventually. Well, I think one of the things that not drives LeBron crazy, but is a point of emphasis is everybody in these arenas is coming to see me. Why don't I have any power? So when LeBron puts a story out, Houston, Sixers, Lakers, it puts pressure on Dan Gilbert to pay that cap tax. Any more?
No, that's it. Although the correct answer was all of the above.
I'm not going to buy that one. It's my game, so I say it's
LeBron. E, Kris Kardashian.
Kris Kardashian. Yeah, stories get out. Peter King, top of the hour. Stories get out because somebody wants a story out. It's pretty simple. Let me say this. So the Rams lost wide receiver Sammy Watkins. He's going to sign with Kansas City on a 3-year deal. Now, I have always said that wide receivers are the icing, not the cake. The cake is the coach, the quarterback, the O-line pass rusher. That's what wins games in the NFL. The further a wide receiver gets out, the deeper the route he throws or runs, he is icing on the cake. He's fun, he's tasty. It makes the cake better potentially, but in the end, you can have a cake without icing. If you just eat icing, you'll get sick. If you look at the recipe for the Rams' success for their cake last year, I would say these in order are the 9 things that mattered most. Sean McVay, the coach's brain, Jared Goff, Todd Gurley, left tackle Andrew Whitworth, Robert Woods, John Sullivan, the center Cooper Kupp, and Sammy Watkins, number 9. By the way, I'm not going to mention the kicker for the Rams Pro Bowler, punter for the Rams Pro Bowler, return guy for the Rams Pro Bowler. Valuable, but Sammy Watkins, and again, he's talented, has also been known as fairly high maintenance. Sean McVay, on more than one occasion, had to take him into a film room and say, listen, this is why you didn't get more targets. Remember, Robert Woods had 5 catches in 8 of the 13 games. In 4 games, Sammy Watkins had under 2 catches. There were games in which he was invisible. So this may work for Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes, the new quarterback, reportedly a world-class arm. Watkins is a deep threat. I would make the argument that Sammy Watkins is not just icing on a cake. He made a candle, which is not even edible, and that you eventually throw away. This is one of these deals in the NFL that sounds huge. Sammy Watkins leaves the Rams. But if you watched the Rams last year, the influencers were the brain of McVay, Jared Goff, Todd Gurley, and Whitworth, the left tackle. After that, it was Robert Woods, John Sullivan, and Cooper Kupp. Sammy's a nice player. He's a nice addition. He can go over the top. But this goes back to something I've strongly believed. The best athletes in the NFL play on the perimeter. And they're fun, and they're flashy, and they're home run threats. You build in this league from the center out, not the sideline in. Watkins to the Chiefs sounds bigger than it actually is. And Peter King, Hour 2, joining us next.
What's the last